Hi guys, I just wanted to touch base with you guys. I ended up playing a fun game in my Wolverine. You can see it's a pretty balanced match actually. Got four really good players on their side. We've got four good players on our side. Um, and Anyway, it was a good game, so I thought I would share it with you. Ended up getting a um, a 22,234 Win8 on it. So it only came up a 15,000 on here, but you know how it calculates other things on the end, so you guys can be somewhat prepared on that aspect to see that. Um, I almost ran out of ammo, which was even funnier. So anyway, first thing I do in any match is I pick my first position, um, and it really did come down to uh, me actually staying in my first position, which is unusual in this case. Um, so it was kind of a first and last stand in this aspect. But in here, I always and Artie, don't use this place, but well, not always, but in this case, in this map, and at this time, I decided to go to the bush at this point, and you can see that my cohort is going up the G line there. I always kind of look down this way because have a tendency to see people going. The one scout beside me didn't know obviously how to run his tank, and lo and behold, somebody showed up, which was really nice. Saw that he was behind and decided to take this guy. Now, I've been having a real big issue with camo lately with the Wolverine, and I don't know if they've got rid of some of the camo. Maybe one of you guys can answer this, but yeah, long story short, ended up not being able. I've been really sketched out with my camo. Now, I knew the KV1s were on my left. And they haven't come around the corner yet, so I figured I had time to take this dude out. And I know they poke, so I'm getting myself up into this situation. Locked in on the KV1, and bounced that one, and because I got locked in, blew that shot. Didn't lock in on that one, shot him. Blew that shot, which was frustrating, and I knew the Churchill was coming. As you guys know, it's hard to pen a Churchill, so I knew the KV guys were coming back around, so I thought, these guys are high players, so I was gonna work on the better players and get them out, and that's why I left the Churchill and went back to actually working on him. I knew I couldn't have a shot on the KV1, so I wanted to take the Church out. I ended up switching to Gould, and you can see that I'm already down to 18 shots AP, and I'm using all my Gould on the Church because it's such a frustrating thing. And then, of course, the idiot M3 ran into me on the side. Worked on the PC, forgot to change over back to my AP, which was a huge waste. But took him out, and you can see I already got 5 gold. You can see my Win8 at the top is 6135 already, and I've got 18 damage. So I knew that I wanted to make sure that I was kind of clear. I had no shot on him, so I didn't bother. Wanted to see, and the Church came around. He was taken care of. So I knew that I had to push on the KB1 and get him out because he was the most dangerous. And you can see that they were still 1,000 hit points above us on this one. So anyway, they were winning all the way around. I just figured, you know what, at least get this guy out. That's going to be our best case scenario, and I knew I was going up against 4 or 5 tanks over to my right. I wasn't even going to worry about them. I was just going to get him out and assume that I was going to be killed. You'll see that I ended up having a lucky miss from the right-hand side. Circled around him, did the right thing, took him out. You saw that ricochet there, and I tried to get between him and those guys. Took a little bit of a shot, and I was like trying to get out of there to survive, and I couldn't believe I survived. Then I got hit by the ST. I was like, all right, whatever. Got down below, kept the hill between those two on my right, and worked on the VK. And I'm out of gold, as you can see. I'm down to 15 shots, so I know I'm going to die. Lucky set on fire. It was actually, I was really quite lucky. I'm looking at my ammo just going, oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. So I thought if I can take out a couple here, I went to go check to see what these guys are doing. See if I can get, I knew I had to take him out. And you can see we're still down on hit points. We're still down on everything. No shot on that dude. I'm down to 10 shots. And I thought, okay, I try to take the 34 out. Missed. ST hit me again. Hit the back of the 34. I'm trying to back up so I can protect myself. The ST keeps hitting me. PZ took a shot at me. I've got 7 health left. Never give up, guys. Never. And he went low. I knew the guy behind me, and I knew this was it. That was it. But look at the difference in damage now. There's only you know, 200 between us, but I gave enough time for our heavies to get back, and they were somewhat supposed to be decent players. Well, not really. I mean, you can see the 220 was supposed to be a good player, but you know, he was just, he assumed that his armor was going to keep him, you know, at his thing, and it just didn't work out. The real thing that I have to give credit to is actually the KV1 I'm on right now. He actually had the foresight to, or the intelligence to listen when I pointed out where they were on the map, and that's the difference between a good low player and a bad low player. Is that obviously I have some map awareness of what's going on, and you know, as soon as I said G8, he was like, oh, okay. Even though there was one in front of him, and he was like, oh, okay, I'm going to go do this. You know, and that really, it was the turning point of the game, believe it or not, because our 220 is about to get taken out. Which, you know, and if he would have followed the 220, it would have just been a shooting gallery, because the ST ended up taking him out. So you could see the amount of damage that was done by that dude. Just by making the decision to do that. My Win8 was 1506 at this point, but like I said, I ended up with a 22,000. And I don't know what the calculation is in the conversion, but you know, I ended up with high caliber, whole bunch of medals, all that kind of stuff. So and 7 kills, which was pretty good. This dude again, he did really good for a low tier. He zoomed in, waiting, didn't just shoot, you know, and hope. He didn't have a shot, so he ends up moving. Which I was kind of impressed with. You know what I mean? Like, he actually made that effort, and that, you know, it took the time to do that. So he made a big difference in the game, believe it or not, even being just a low tier like this. Now the Matilda is turned around on him, and it's just ripping him apart. But and he's a better player than the KV1. But look at the time he's taken to take the shot and stuff, and then he tried to save himself, couldn't do it. We switch over to the other KV1, and I was actually really worried we're going to lose this, because he just, you know, you're talking about 2 different levels of players here, and the Matilda is just a little bit better, even though he's a tier 4. The Matilda made a mistake of just brawling and thinking that that's the best. So we ended up winning the game. Had a really nice battle, and yeah. Anyway, thank you for this, and hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Take care.